Hello, Mr. Garcia. And if you don't know Sam, he is a San Diego based nature artist who has spent decades creating stunning wildlife, fish, and habitat pieces. He's still killing it with paintings, YouTube shorts, events, and conservation vibes. Thank you for joining us. Excited to dive in. How are you doing, Sam?
I'm doing quite well. How are you, Sean?
I'm doing really good. So, you still calling San Diego home full time these days?
Absolutely, most of my life, if you remember.
I do remember you started off in Japan, I believe, and you said like
Yes,
your origin story was you went to I think it was a local aquarium and you saw some koi fish and then you started drawing them or something. Well, wasn't it something
yes,
like that?
and full circle. Well, I was a really small kid when I saw the koi fish, so it just stuck in my mind. So
It's just kind of one of those moments
yeah, I
in
couldn't
your
draw
life.
yet. Yeah, I couldn't really do much yet. I was still too young at the time, but it's something that I wanted to recreate within my mind, so I wanted to take it out.
Do you keep aquariums at all?
Yeah, I have about 7 right now. It's a lower amount of aquariums than I have traditionally. When I had more capacity to do it, not traveling so much, I'd have like as much as 70 aquariums. So like a
I've seen
fish
you
room.
visit a lot of other places with aquariums and stuff, and you go to events and stuff like that, and talk to all kinds of
Yep.
people.
Yep. But no
So
longer working at any aquarium shops anymore. So
okay, Uh, th- do you do the art full time, or are you doing some other stuff
yes.
too?
Yeah. So art is my full time. And then I occasionally make, a little bit of income with articles or speaking or doing stuff like that, consultation for different aquarium shops and businesses and things like that. And I do the art is pretty broad, so it's not just art that I create for people, but I also create art for um, companies and for YouTubers and whatnot. T-shirt art.
Yeah, you were. We met years ago, and you painted or you uh, inked my logo.
Yes,
You remember
I
this, I guess,
remember.
right?
I love that
So
fish.
that I love it too, and everybody that sees it is like, "Oh man, it's amazing!"
A circle.
I've got a giant one on my game table over here. This is Peck Tech Games. It's got that
Oh,
big
nice.
fish.
Awesome.
So
So you
so
can't
I look at it a lot.
on your screen you can't hit and then a little circle doesn't come up if you tap it.
Well, I've got a control panel, and so it does some different stuff. And I think while
Oh,
I'm
okay.
recording, it doesn't want to switch inputs, is what it looks like. So
Actually,
that's
yeah,
fine.
it changed on mine too. I guess when we were talking a while ago, it was different.
It's like locked us in. That's fine.
Yeah. So
So
we gotta
tell
stare
me,
at each other.
what's one thing about San Diego life that keeps fueling your nature art, especially with spots like the Birch Aquarium?
Well, other than we have the greatest zoo, we have 2 zoos. The zoo is actually 2 parts. We have the San Diego Zoo, which is a world famous, world's greatest zoo. It's their logo and or their slogan.
Yeah.
And then they have the safari park. The safari park is an open air park, which is about an hour away from the zoo, but it's still part of the zoo. That's where they've raised a phenomenal amount of endangered species there,
Yeah.
including see we have the California Condor Project, which we've saved that from being extinct from 23 down up to like 200 or 300 something like that now. And they have platypus, which no one else has other than Australia. And they just built a new elephant habitat, which is supposedly the best there is.
Huh. Are there any other local spots that you like to go to
Yeah,
observe
I'm
nature?
not far from Long Beach Aquarium, which is 2 hours up the coast, and
Yeah.
then of course we have Birch Aquarium, which I have a lot of special access to. Um, we have something else. We have SeaWorld,
Yeah.
which doesn't, when you say SeaWorld, you get kind of this negative stigma lately, but it's improving,
Oh,
and part
because
of
of the
that,
killer whales and stuff.
Yeah, well, part of that is that they've canceled their killer whale breeding project.
Hmm.
So that was all artificial insemination, and they weren't. It's not like the killer whales were having any fun, but they've taken that out. It's kind of sad, bittersweet, because I do want the killer whales, the orcas. We're not supposed to call them killer whales anymore, right? Because first they're not
Is that
whales,
true?
and then they're not killers. So that's more like a.
Was that movie
Oh,
Orca where they was a killer? I was kidding.
that's the Hollywood name for them was killer whale. Now it's just orca.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but we were about to build like this massive, massive exhibit, and then that dude that does those movies, what's his name? I forgot. Everyone forgot about him. Um,
The dude that does the movies. There's a lot of
y-
them.
yeah, Blackfish. He made that movie Blackfish,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember
and
that. Yeah.
everyone thought, oh, they thought the orcas were in chains or something and getting prodded by electric,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and that they were crying every day or something. But they were actually happy there. And they were about to build this massive exhibit that was 10 times bigger than what they're in. So, like 30 million gallons or something like that. And then because of all of a sudden, the activists all like, oh, we're gonna boycott and destroy SeaWorld, right? They did that, and then they lost a ton of money, and then all that money was basically used to improve the park and feed the animals and take care. So they lost a lot of animals and a lot of exhibits and stuff during that time.
Well, speaking about whales and real whales like humpbacks and stuff, the sound of the humpback whale basically spawned a whole generation of activists and stuff
Yeah,
and it stopped a lot of the fishing from us anyway. Maybe some other
yeah.
countries in Europe.
Yeah, Japan just they do research on their whales, right? you know, Sorry, Japan, I have to call you guys out, but you don't have any research vessels. And you don't need to kill whales to research them.
Yeah, I think
So
there's a lot of Chinese fishing boats and stuff. I think are one of the big violators, and they kind of get them two ways.
they're
They
everywhere.
go after the krill. They basically mass harvest krill off the oceans and stuff, and then they and the boats don't even leave. They have other boats come, and then they offload their load to them, and then just keep going.
Yeah.
So there's
The
all
same with
these,
the
yeah,
shark finning boats. They there was a recent situation which they try to keep it under wraps, but they're trying to fix it. Is where in the Galapagos Islands, there's like a huge barrier where you can't fish. But the Chinese will set up a mother boat outside of that barrier, and then they'll pay these illegal fishermen to go get the sharks. Which I mean, there's
right.
tons of them. There's tons of them there, and there's a lot. It's not like they're not they're not getting wiped out, but those are needed for the diversity in Galapagos. And so they're
Yeah,
going in there.
they've got to. It's nice to have some place where they don't have to be in fear for their life necessarily, especially for the silly harvesting of them for fins.
For nothing. It's like, and then they
Yeah,
throw away so much of it.
yeah, yeah. It's that whole medicine thing. They'll get it for
Tokyo
20 years.
geckos on a stick,
Yeah,
right?
the
Seahorse eyeballs. I don't know.
your art. So when we talked before, you're using a lot of watercolor pen. My wife is also a watercolor artist, basically a nature artist in her own right. She does a lot of animals. She doesn't go for realism so much as like whimsy. I think with a lot of her pictures and stuff.
Okay,
I've always
that's fine.
admired how.
Wimpy's okay.
Yeah, it is fun. It's its own thing. It's just a little different.
It's whimsical.
Yeah. I've always really admired your stuff, though, and I think when we talked before, you were using watercolor pen and gouache, or
So
isn't gouache like just a more opaque thing you mix in with
yeah,
watercolor?
so basically gouache is an opaque. For a lot of people ask about that. But gouache is an opaque form of watercolor. Uh, Give me 1 second here. Hold on. So what I'm doing right now is I'm cutting a bunch of images that I've made, but one by one. I'll call them out as I do it. So right now, this is a Geophagus altifrons I'm cutting out.
He's cutting them out so they'll fit in. Did you say a file cabinet, or so you could file them?
Yeah, because there's excess I'm going to cut out anyway after I'm done. But I'm
Yeah.
trying to file them, and the thing's not big enough to fit anything over like 10.5 inches.
Do you have one
So
of
there's a
those
lot
little
of
mat cutter kind of things, or do
yeah.
you just
Well,
do you wing it?
this is it. So
Ah,
this is it.
yes, yes, those
So
are
I'm just
great.
doing a trim. So here's Geophagus altifrons. I don't know if you can see that. It's these are just penciled in that are images that I will be painting. And yes, I
Eh,
still use a lot of gouache. So gouache is basically an opaque watercolor. It's very rich in pigment, and I paint with it like acrylic. Like, however, it still has the qualities of watercolor.
right.
So gouache is all the major realists are if they're not using computers, then they're using gouache. So
It makes
uh,
sense.
yeah,
I like.
and I still use lots of watercolor for the effect. I like to get some different effects on there, and it's
Are you
kind of a
sketching it in pencil though? So you do the rough sketch with pencil. Is that right?
yeah.
Or
I sketch them out in pencil to get the accurate. Let's see. Let's see if
dimensions?
one I have. Let me just show one that's I started painting already. So this is Geophagus speni.
Okay.
But I just started, just getting the dimensions started. But what I want to do is I want to make sure I'm accurate with the size of the fins and the placement of the eyes. Those are two important things. The gills, the body length to height proportions. And so I get that started, and then as you can see here, then I start lining out the major areas. So every step gets closer and closer to realism, but this is far from it. This is like the start.
Right. What's your baseline like when you find a new fish? Do you have to go find a photograph of it or something to
I mean,
find the typical version?
there's always Google,
Yeah.
but I don't like to paint stuff that I haven't seen, like in person.
Hmm. Yeah.
Of course, there's things that I, you know, I have not seen. Obviously, I've never seen a live coelacanth, but I paint coelacanths
Mm.
and endangered species. A lot of them I don't see. Extinct species, of course, I don't see. Right? There's that velociraptors, dude. I don't know if you watch Jurassic Park. It's right here in San Diego, according to the movie, right?
Right.
So
Right.
I have a year pass to that every year. Get to hand feed the velociraptors and the T Rex. Lower the goat. So
Yeah.
here, the next one I'm going to cut.
What are you
Go ahead
cutting
and
out?
hold that thought for 1 second. The next one I'm going to cut is one that just got its name recently that we all know. It's pyrocephalus. You know this fish?
I'm having
The
trouble seeing
geophagus,
your paper, I think.
redhead tapajos. It's a fish everyone has now, right?
Yeah.
Redhead tapajos or tapayos. I think it's tapayos. I don't know.
What kind of
I'm
fish
not
is
from
it?
there. It's the redhead geophagus.
Okay. See,
I'm
I don't keep a lot of cichlids.
okay.
Is Geophagus a cichlid?
Yes, the earth eaters.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. So I've heard of them, but I haven't kept them. So I have trouble. Like I've kept a number of dwarf cichlids. My favorites are probably like blue rams and
Yeah,
all
you
the
say
different versions of rams and
that's a
stuff.
funny thing. You said you don't keep cichlids, and I go, wait a minute, your logo is a cichlid.
Yeah, but there are cichlid people and there are cichlid people, and I
Oh, yeah,
bet
yeah.
you're one of the with the quote cichlid people. Like
Yeah,
your stuff with the cichlids and the Tanganyikans and the other ones and the African ones and wait, is Tanganyika in Africa?
yes.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, see what I mean?
Yeah, and if anyone knows me, like I don't have any specialty. I'm all over
You
the
love
place.
all fish. You love all the fishy friends, right?
Oh, and I don't just love all fish. I'm like obsessed with every family of fish, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, what I'm doing with that.
How important is it to your customers to be so exacting about like the proportions and stuff like
Depends on
that?
who the customer is. So, there's people that can sell a lot of art of fish, but they look like fluttery guppies or, discus that are shaped like ovals.
Or
I'm
plate.
uh I'm more exacting with my stuff than the customers probably. I'm more concerned about specific proportions. But then I will have occasionally I'll have a client like especially if I'm doing books or something, they have has to be perfect.
Yes. Yes. Hmm.
Things like
Do you do
thin rays are important, like the number of tail rays, where the gill is.
some fish are very close to one another, and that's the only distinguishing feature is kind
Oh
of
yeah.
the way
Oh,
the
the number of teeth on their
lifespans
tongue.
are. Yeah.
I don't have to paint those luckily. Yeah, that only has 12 teeth. That species is supposed to have 30.
He was eating a worm right then. You couldn't tell how many
Yeah.
teeth.
He bit down on a jawbreaker and lost half of his teeth.
Things happen out in nature. It's rough out there. Have you ever painted any of the uh, beta patoide?
Patoides?
That's that. Yeah. I probably
One of the mouth brooding betas?
yes. That's what I've got swimming around behind me.
Oh,
They
nice.
breed really well, and now I've got a lot of them. I really like them a
Nice,
lot.
nice. Yeah, you'll love the betas I got planned, which is, I'd like to say all of them, but pretty much because it's for a special project, which I'll talk about in a minute. Mhm.
So, do you do a lot of shows? Like, do you sell mostly at shows and stuff when you're not?
I sell a lot of stuff at shows. Lately I've been doing more like reptile shows and fishing shows. And I think that's because most of the aquarium shows are not here. They're not on the West Coast. There's a ton of them in the Midwest and then in the Florida and the whatever you call where people talk like gangsters, New York.
Yeah,
That
the
area, what's that called?
northeast.
North Northeast, but they call it something. New England area.
Yeah, New England.
Yeah. All my friends up there all have the accent, like we could start a gang.
Yeah.
Start shaking down fish people for money.
Yeah, I love my friends up there. There's a lot of good aquarium clubs and stuff up there. Um, East Tennessee has recently started like getting clubs. There's a real nice one in Nashville. There's a nice one here in town in Knoxville, which I always wanted. I was happy when they finally started having meetings and stuff, and
Yeah, I'm gonna be
in
in your
Atlanta
area.
too.
I'm gonna be in your area for ACA.
Really? Well, that's in Kentucky, right?
Yes,
I was
but it's
thinking
in your
about going
area.
to that. Maybe we'll meet up. Would you like to meet
You
up?
need to go because it's a big important event and it's not far from you.
What's
Well,
the
I don't know
date
how
on that?
far would that be from you for you?
Kentucky's not bad. I'm just one state down.
Well, I mean the city Lexington itself is it how far is that from you? How- I'm sorry, hold on.
No problem.
Hello. Stop. It's scam calls.
Let's see here. Hey
They're probably gonna
Siri,
buy my.
how far away is Lexington, Kentucky? That's 3 hours away.
Oh my gosh, that's like me doing an LA show.
Yeah, that's nothing.
It'd be a shame if you don't do that.
It's been a while. I haven't been to anything since I think 2021. I did an Aquashella and I just kind of called it quits after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that was did you do Dallas or did you do Florida?
I haven't been to Dallas, so it was a
Oh,
Florida
it
one.
it was a Florida show.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, maybe it was
Um,
Chicago was the last one. I think it might have been in Chicago. I don't remember what year it was.
I'm doing a
One of the
podcast.
other.
So
No problem.
Sometimes
No
you get the
problem.
interruptions. Yeah, so I'm right now or next week is Orlando Aquashella, but this week,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That's Orlando Aquashella, but I was originally going to go there and work, but I decided the cost was going to outweigh the benefit. Yeah. Um. So yeah, Aquashella changed their the leadership there. So Sean is no longer doing that. He does reef something. They're all named
Yeah, I
after movie
remember
set things.
I'd heard a little bit that like some things had changed with Aquashella and has changed a little bit. So it'd be interesting to see. You've been to a couple of them, I think. Didn't they have something out there recently that you went to?
Yeah, we did Aquashella in Pomona, which I did a lot for, and because I was the home guy, you know.
Right.
So I still work for Aquashella. I just don't. I'm not doing all of them. I can't justify doing New Jersey or Florida. I would do Florida, but it just coincides with so many other things that I want to do,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. I think if you
that's
went
the
to Florida, you'd
difficulty.
probably have some other activities you wanted to do more, right?
Fishing, maybe.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So you
Um,
love to actually fish. Do you eat them?
I eat some fish, but mostly it's for fun. You know, it's for seeing the fish up close.
Yeah. You just gotta hold it.
Yeah, you just gotta hold. You know, and I've actually okay guilty pleasure catching tiny, tiny, tiny fish with tiny, tiny, tiny hooks in my aquariums.
The microfish.
Micro fishing in my aquariums with barbless hooks. Barbless hooks, guys. So
So they
it's
just hold
actually
on to
better to
whatever. Like, is it like a bloodworm tied on there? How do you do that?
yeah, a little tiny piece of a bloodworm or a tiny piece of a shrimp or something, you know. But it's actually safer than running around my tanks trying to catch them with a net. So
Yeah, boop,
because
just
with
pop
the net
right.
you destroy the whole aquascape, you know, trying to chase these fish around.
Huh. I mean, the only fish I'm really scared to try to go after is my Bisher, Mister Tubes, because he's like 2.5 feet long and about 2 inches wide, and he likes to make a mess if he gets aggravated. All I can do is throw a piece of PVC pipe in there and hope he runs into it.
If he goes in, right, trap them. Wait,
Yeah,
so you're team Bisher. Um,
yeah.
for the longest time I was team biker, and
Oh yeah.
then I realized the whole common name came from Bisharosum, so I became team Bashir, right? But I still like to say biker.
I think I was talking to Rachel O'Leary about it. She goes, "I just call them polys." Is
Yeah,
that is it like polyipterus or something like
yeah.
that? Is
Polypterus.
yeah, yeah. So I just
Yeah, we
call them
got a
poly.
lot of big ones at the Ohio Fish Rescue. We got a whole tank full of big giant ones that people gave up.
So I haven't been there yet. What town in Ohio is that in?
It's in Strongsville, which is basically a suburb of Cleveland. But
Okay,
it's
Siri. How far am I away from Strongsville, Ohio? Hey Siri, how far am I away from Strongsville, Ohio? That's 492 miles, 7 hours. That's a bit further.
it's worth it though.
So I've always wanted to go there. Big Rich broke one of my ribs, so he
She
owes
did?
me a tour. Yeah.
How'd you do that?
Freaking Aquashella again. They were doing that sumo contest. He didn't mean to.
Oh, did he
I,
did he pick
I,
you up?
well, I was off. It was like me and Jay Wilson on a team or something. It's like,
Oh, it
and
was
I
like
was like
bungee.
opposite him in this big inflatable bubble, right? And I had some fragile kind of glasses, kind of like these on. And so I'm just kind of in there and I can kind of barely see through it. I'm like, I guess he's so tall, maybe I could run right up and then get real low. And then when he
Yeah.
hits me, have more of I can like kind of angle him away or something. So I ran up there and I got real low and he hits me and I just went boom.
Well, he'd be a little yeah, he's 6'5" at least, I'd say. But
He might as well
his
have been
mullet's
100 foot
about
tall.
5 foot.
He threw me around like a piece of paper. Anyway, so he hit me. I bounced up and like I landed funny or something. I hurt myself. I broke my glasses off. They smashed against my face and then fell off. And I think L.R. Brits like picked them off the ground. And then they went for like a round two. And I got up there and I just kind of took it the best I could, you know. And then when it was over, I'm looking at my broken glasses and trying to find a place to go. I ended up walking up to, there was like a CVS pharmacy within walking distance. So I just kind of walked up there and asked, it was like, could you gesture broadly in the direction of your reading glasses? I went and found some readers I could live with. I had to buy two, one so I could look at my phone and one so I could drive, and it was a pain. And
Wow.
the whole way up there, I'm like, there's this sharp pain in my chest. I'm like, damn it, am I having a heart attack?
What was it?
Like, is this how I go out here on the side of the street in Chicago?
Yeah.
People be like, what happened? It's like, I don't know. He's just dead.
Looks like
Oh,
you got beat up by a guy with a mullet.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's a real, he's a real
he's a
nice
big
fellow, though.
dude, but he's lost well over 100, maybe 200 pounds in the last year or so.
It's time for a rematch. I've gained at
So
least
yeah,
50
that's what I'm saying.
pounds.
He was close to, he was around 400 pounds at one point,
Oh, yeah, I think that was the point where I contacted him and bounced away. But he was definitely, it was like trying to ram a freight train. It's like running headfirst into a refrigerator.
Fish, what is it with fish dudes and trying to beat each other up?
I don't know, man. So yeah,
Yeah,
I wasn't
I
a fan.
backed out of that boxing thing. You remember the boxing thing?
Uh-uh.
The one that Joey Mullen put together with
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
Did that
he
ever
ended up
happen?
fighting LRB.
Yeah.
So I was on the original card for that, but I decided to back out because I had bigger events I had to do that was actually going to make me money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that thing was interesting because I could have made a lot of money, but I'd have to sell a bunch of tickets or something to do that.
Really?
Yeah, or TV subscriptions or whatever.
That's interesting. So I saw I don't follow Joey on Facebook anymore, but I do follow LRB, and I saw his hype stuff, his hype videos for it. So he looked like he's such a skinny dude. He looked like he was taking it to him though, like he was getting worked up. I don't know how he did. I didn't really see the outcome of it.
Well, he lost by decision, I think,
Oh, okay.
because he ended up fighting Joey. So he was originally
Man,
matched up with someone else.
he had a
Joey,
rough upbringing. That would be kind of tough. Like I don't know how LRB grew up, but I know that Joey grew up in kind of some rough neighborhoods and stuff.
yeah, he has a history, but he was the original plan was, and what was the whole thing was set up to be a feature fight was supposed to be Joey versus Rodrigo. Do you know Rodrigo?
Probably not. I'm real
He's
out of
the guy
touch.
he's from Predatory Fins,
Okay.
but he's like a Bronx fighter. He's a fighter. Him and I are really good friends, and him and I are both
Oh,
fighter.
good.
I didn't want to fight anyone that wasn't a fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, I still go to the gym four plus times a week. So
Oh,
Mhm.
do you do boxing and stuff, or are you
I
just
did I
doing
did some mixed martial arts before. Yeah.
yeah? So I did judo and taekwondo and stuff like that, but I haven't done anything since high school, and I'm just a big buttercup now. It had to be
Yeah,
pure rage as my fuel.
I was in jujitsu and Muay Thai, so it's
That's good
um
stuff.
yeah, it's a pretty violent combination. So
So tell me, you said you sell pretty good at the shows and stuff, but
Mhm.
you also do a lot of custom commissions and stuff? Do you get a lot of people wanting to draw their fish specifically?
They're dead fish, yes.
The dead fish, yeah. So Holly's got like a whole series of. I've said you should just start Holly's Heavenly Hounds because it's like a whole. She probably she made at least 3 car payments off of dead uh, dogs and stuff that she's
Mm.
painted.
That's so sad, but yeah. I get you. I've done quite a few dead dogs and dead cats and dead birds. Um, it's interesting because you really wanna capture them how they looked according to whatever photos they can provide for you.
Yes,
But,
yes.
as far as the fish, some people, they commission me to do a favorite fish rather than a dead fish, you know? But, people when people lose, like, an Oscar, they've had for a long time, or if you didn't watch, see, OFR, whenever a major fish dies, then there's a big deal, so Big Rich had his favorite fish pass away earlier in the year, an accident which I knew was coming because I saw those fish in that pool, but someone had put some plecos in the pool, and they don't belong there because they're not big enough to be with those giant fish. They have
They
one that's
get
big enough.
eaten up.
Yeah, and what happened was the arapaima ate and choked on the pleco. His
Uh,
seven, yeah,
Armor.
his 7.5 footer, which he totally loved. That was his favorite fish. Um, he died. Then the oldest fish in their rescue just died yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, 28-year-old iridescent shark. So
My.
they pulled him out. He was a yard long. He was 39 inches long, and he was pretty girthy. I'd say he probably had a 25-inch girth, maybe or more. And then he weighed 62 pounds or something like that.
Trying to visualize this. That's
Yeah, no, this
huge.
is and this is an iridescent shark. You can go buy one of those at Petco
Yeah,
or PetSmart, or any neighborhood shop. Basically, they all have iridescent sharks about this big.
yeah. And the little pollies, like I was saying. Yeah, tiny little dinosaur. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was crazy because this thing is big. It's almost 4 feet long, and his face looked like Arnold. The cartoon character Arnold. Hey
Yeah.
Arnold. So I called him Hey Arnold, and that's what I thought. That's what I thought his name was, and I'm like, wait a minute, and everyone goes, why you call him Arnold? And I'm out, and then they go, is it because his name is Schwarzenegger and his first name's Arnold? And I'm like, oh, I always thought it was Arnold because every time I look at him, I see his face, and it looks like Arnold. And, so that's what I was calling him, and I didn't realize his real name was Schwarzenegger.
Just the end. Just the last
And
name.
because he was bulky, he was Hulk, he had, like, shoulders and a big head and stuff, so they called him Schwarzenegger. And then everyone started saying, "Oh, yeah, no, he does look like Arnold." So he kinda had a double name, he was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What a funny what a funny visual though is the Arnold character, cartoon
Yeah,
character
I
just
mean, he
looking
literally had a
like
football head. If you look from the front, he had the football head. But he was a character, and he's always looked like he's smiling. He's like, you'll see. I'll have some big posts. I actually posted on my Facebook 2 stories about him.
oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so just
wanted to say to people that are listening, if you want, you can find him on a number of different sites. So here we go. I want to share that out here. So there is you've got YouTube, as do I, and looks like you made a lot of little trips around and stuff. What do you like to do on YouTube? Looks like you do a lot of shorts.
I do a lot of shorts, and I'm really into sharing like individual stories about different animals. I do a lot of fishing stuff. 'Cause I love to fish. I don't kill fish very often, so don't worry about it if you guys are fish lovers. It's more about catching them and observing them.
So they're
And
still more friends than food.
yeah, and there's gonna be you're always gonna have those people that think that's cruel. but they're wrong.
Yeah.
The fish love getting caught.
You've got some stuff on Threadless. I think you said you're about to maybe embark on some other place, but right now,
Yeah, I'm gonna be
doing
moving away
biological
from
search.
Threadless. I'll keep Threadless up. I'll always have Threadless up, but I don't get any control on really the printing for Threadless. So I'm going to be
Looks like
doing more
a lot.
direct sales for apparel, and I'll revive my personal website, and then when I do, I'll let you know, and then you can update it.
Very
And
cool.
yeah, I was just for those that are watching, I was just telling Sean about how I kind of lost my domain temporarily. There's some hackers. I hate hackers, but I lost my
Tell us the story.
scales.com.
Tell us the story about what happened with your website.
Yeah, so suddenly I couldn't access it. It was saying no access, right, to try to update things. And then there was like this, I can't remember what country it was from, but someone from some other country had website. And I'm like, well, that's not right. So then I went through my domain provider and they're like, yeah, that was looks like a hack. Looks like someone hacked in and got access. So you have to we can copy and take it out, do that, or you could just delete the whole thing and we'll just give you back the name. So I have the name
Wow.
again. Yeah, so it was way too much to try to get to redo all the info and stuff. So and
Yeah. It's good to
so
keep a
yeah,
backup because they can get in there and just kind of
and then
take
they
your code
extort
and
they
mess it all up.
extort you. Luckily, it
Yeah.
wasn't that valuable to me. I mean, it was valuable personally, but it wasn't so valuable that monetarily. So it's not like I had paid someone to like do all this stuff on it. So,
So I
but
routinely receive emails that say that they're, and you should watch for this, and anybody else that's got a YouTube channel should watch for this too. Uh, you violated some copyright, something or another. And sometimes they'll list a video, sometimes it looks real official. It looks like it comes from YouTube and everything. Usually, if you select the address, there'll be a different address. It won't be YouTube actually sending it,
yeah,
but it'll say it at first until you click on it. So you have to, I just assume anything I get like that is fake. What it wants you to do is click on one of their links and log in. It'll look just like YouTube or whatever else and have you log in, and then they got your stuff. And then, you know,
yeah, it's a
years and
phishing
years, like
site.
almost 2 decades of YouTube can be gone like that, just from a little mistake.
Yep.
So,
And just to give you guys an idea, I have some friends. I have at least a dozen friends or so that make over $1 million a year on YouTube. So it's some serious stuff. Um,
yeah. And it's it's phenomenally easy to fish these days. And if somebody's really trying, if they put like a little bit of effort, the early fishing scams and stuff that came to me were pretty rudimentary, and they're easy to spot
yeah,
the misspellings
especially
and stuff.
if they don't speak English and they you did violate to the something policy.
Pay tax.
Yeah.
We come for you now. It's like
Yeah. Oh
they don't
yeah,
do
yeah,
that
yeah.
here.
Okay, you come for me then. Come to me. Come.
Please come. I welcome your FBI attack. Yeah,
I
they'll
used
threaten all
to
kinds of.
I used to have these guys that tried to hack me on other sites, and I would come back with the whole, "Oh, well, you hacked the wrong guy because I have your IP address," and you just and they're like, "Oh no, bye bye." Mhm.
My guilty pleasure is to watch the scam baiter guys on YouTube that
Oh yeah,
basically set up a virtual machine. Or Jim Browning's like the king of them, right? So he sets up a virtual machine, he lets them in, and then he reverse hacks them back, and then he starts taking over their machines, goes all through their surveillance stuff. It's great. It is very satisfying to watch.
yeah. My friend did that on gaming, you know, because on gaming
Oh,
they try to hack your accounts and stuff,
uh,
and he's got like I was at his house. He has like 10 screens up, and he's got all these different computers, and he can mess anyone up if they.
yeah,
He doesn't do
it's
it maliciously. He just does it in revenge. because
it's all about what your target is, right? If you're
yeah, he's
targeting
a real
somebody
good
who's doing
gamer.
something bad, suddenly you're doing a favor for someone. But the line between being able to help people and not help people, so I don't know. It doesn't seem too blurry like when I watch YouTube videos and stuff, but I guess it could go either way, right?
Yeah. The worst is if you get personal things, like titles and stuff. I heard of home titles and car titles and stuff being
But
stolen.
yeah, yeah. It's a good thing if you own your home or something like, or I guess you could do it with a car title too, but just you can insure that, and you should. It doesn't cost a lot, but it'll help a lot if somebody tries to say that you sold their home to them and the
Yeah,
whole
right.
squatter and stuff. Yeah. So we should probably talk about fish some more.
Oh yeah, fish.
What's your favorite fish to draw? I can't. That's my
Oh,
stupid.
oh, yay! Bluegill.
Now, so you showed me a bunch of. I was surprised to see so many sketches that you had. How many sketches do you have in front of you there?
Speaking of bluegill.
Oh yeah, I can see that one.
So right now I'm cutting the trim on about 60 sketches. But
That many?
I'm I'm always working at one time. I'll be working on between 80 and 120 different pieces.
Really?
Yeah, and the reason I do it like that is I don't get bored. If
Okay.
I
What if you had to break how each picture gets painted down into steps? Would it be sketch and then it sits until you're ready for it? So it's just sketch paint, and then do you have any
Yeah,
finishing?
so the idea process is people forget about the time it takes just getting the idea complete. And then there is the sketch, so pencil. So let's take a look at something. So here's a orange spot sunfish I'm working on for Nanfa. So then I'll sketch it so that I'll do a light sketch first. This is already at the second stage, but light sketch is to just get the positioning and stuff, and then the second sketch where I do some erasing and stuff is going to be the proportions and the markings. So I'll put in markings. See, this is halfway done with markings
Yeah, yeah.
and the
Get your mark.
proportions. It's important to figure out where the placement of the fins is, because if you place fins improperly, like it could be as problematic as, like, say here's some rainbow shiners I'm redoing for somebody. There's a tragic story behind this piece, but see, this is a pair of rainbow shiners. I originally painted this already, and then I shipped it to a store owner in Hawaii, and it got damaged.
Oh,
So it was a $400 piece, and it got damaged, and I had to redo it. I
was
never
it during
charge a
one of those
person.
tragic things they had going on lately? Was it like with the fires and all that?
I don't know. There was some issues with shipping for a while, some really bad issues. So I um I had to redo that piece, which I'm fine with. So I'm never ever fully happy with a piece. Redoing it always makes me happier. But so then that's that. The one I just showed you. This is in the pre-paint stage. This is in the so it's called flatting. If you ever know anything about comic book work, like on a computer or something, or graphic work. This is a flatting, but this is a painted flatting. So I just basically mark out where the different colors are before I put the details in.
Really? So it's kind of like a base, like the background of it, and then
Yeah, it's a flat
layer on
base. It doesn't look very 3D. It doesn't have
right.
that life yet. But I always love
But
to put
don't
the
add the
eyes in,
shading.
so because the
Yeah.
eyes give me something to look at while I'm like painting. It's eyes are interesting because babies respond to eyes, you know, and like my little grandniece, my nephew's baby, she like stares at all my art pieces. I watch her eyes, and whenever she's looking at my art, she's always staring at the eyes. And then if you show a picture or or a video to like a dog or something or a cat, they always look at the eyes, because it's built in. It's in our genetics. It's built in to be aware of where the eyes are. That's why so many animals use false eye spots.
Oh, it makes sense too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a lot of marine fish have false eye spots. Some freshwater fish do. A lot of insects have false eyes.
The
Um,
cichlids.
yeah, cichlids will have that little false eye spot by their fin, and that's so that the predator will target that because they always want to bite by the head first, right? So they'll target that false eye spot, grab at it. The fish is fine. Maybe gets a fin ripped or something. Sometimes I've seen fish swimming around while I'm
Got
diving.
an inch head start,
Yeah,
especially if they're going for the tails. Like, no, I'm going this way.
yeah.
Ha ha.
Mhm. And I've literally seen fish missing parts of their bodies where the eye spot would be, but they're still swimming around on the
Really?
reef. Yeah, when I'm diving, they're still swimming around just with the front half of their body, and their organs are all intact, but they're missing like a back tail, like a tail or like a back fin or something. Crazy, but true.
How important are the proportions? Like, I think something happens when you look at a fish that's drawn kind of disproportionately. There's something in your head that just screams that it's wrong. It's
Yeah,
almost
and then
like when
and
you
it
see
affects it
computer
does
art.
affect sales,
Yeah,
like when
yeah.
I'm selling prints, fish that sometimes I'll paint something, I'll be like, this is cool, looks good, it's done. And then I realize later, I'm like, oh, the back end of the fish or the peduncle. This is the peduncle right here. This part
Uh,
that attaches to the tail. That's called the caudal fin. This is called the caudal peduncle. So that's too thin, say, and literally I don't sell any of the prints. And I'm like, thought this would be good because it's a popular fish. Like say recently there was an apistogramma I did, and the peduncle was too thin. So I went back to the original one and I fixed it and I made it thicker and to a very similar um, customer base. Made prints again, and I sold out. But before that, when I made it the first time, people were like, "Oh, I know that fish." They'd see it, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's a golden shiner," and they're like, "Cool, yeah, I want to print of that." Cool, but then other time, if it doesn't look right, then they'll be like, "Oh, that's a golden shiner." That's cool.
do you
See you
sell a
later.
lot of prints? Do you sell a lot of prints versus originals? I
Oh,
taught
I make
Holly
way more money
into
on prints than I do on
yeah.
originals.
I taught Holly early
Um,
on into scanning her work, and then we do these nice cliche prints that look really good.
yeah, Clay is a higher end print. That's done with like a really high end archival dot matrix like situation.
Yeah,
But I do like open end prints, laser printing, so I can sell the prints for like 10 to 20 bucks versus Clay or the bottom end selling is like 25, 30, and then 40. Once you start getting into the 40 and above, you lose sales.
yeah. It
People don't want to
depends on
go.
how big it's going to be, like how big the reprint of it's
Yeah,
going to
G
be.
Clay for bigger is definitely necessary for bigger prints because they don't make laser printing options for small stuff. I mean, for big stuff.
Big stuff like that. Yeah, and the she sells a lot of greeting cards. So have you gotten into that market yet?
Yeah, I've done that a couple. I've ventured into that a couple times. In fact, I just talked to someone about greeting cards for like 2 hours, and I was at a koi show, and some other artist was there, and she goes, "Yeah, I sell tons of greeting cards," and I go, "You know what?" And she's like, "I'm not sure." I go, "These are $5 each." I go, people will buy 4 $5 greeting cards. Very rare, far less will buy one $20 print.
Yeah, a lot of like it's funny. A lot of little kids will come up like they want to buy some art, and it's something they can afford, and they'll and I can't. She's got all these pictures of like little kids with like a card on their wall and stuff. They just take it home and hang it.
Yeah, someone jokingly called me a child predator because I sold this big group of kids at a Aquashella. A big group of them, they all had gotten their $10 from I guess
Yeah.
an adult that was in their group,
Uh
and then they all came over. I go, oh, and I was like picking them out. I'm like, yeah, you'd like this. What do you like? And
huh.
then my friend goes, "But you're such a child predator. You just made $150 off kids." I'm like,
Hey,
don't
they
say
like
that.
what they like. They like what they like. It's like it's
Hmm.
this or some stupid
Oh no,
lanyard.
oh no, children like what I like what I
Yeah,
tell them to get.
you mesmerize.
I just tell them, "Hey,
You
you
love
really
guppies.
like these, don't you?" And they're like, "Oh, yeah, it's so colorful, yes."
Would you like to buy some fish?
Well, as people get older, they forget that the reason they liked fish in the first place. And, I'd say for 99% of people, it's because they're pretty, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I've always been fascinated. I think for me, for me, it's the whole aquarium that I like. I like making the environment that the fish go in, and and after I get bored with that, I like having inhabitants that are
Well,
interesting to watch.
I always say it's more about the cover, like in the comic book world, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
could have a great story, but if you don't have a cool cover that catches people's eye, you're not gonna sell unless you'll have like 10%, which are total geeks that just want the story. But
Right, right.
I picked this up because of the cover. See,
Well, that is a good cover.
I'm like, this is a great cover. It's a spoil and it's limited and it had this really nice pose and I like Captain America. So I picked this up and I'm like, I don't need this.
I wish I could show you my game room and talk about not needing things.
Oh right, yeah. No, I'm
I've
in
got maybe 600
guilty
board games.
pleasures. I think people need that. People forget that they need something to just geek out on. You know,
But
and
yeah,
a lot of people have boring lives because they have nothing to geek out on.
I I never understood people that didn't have like weird obsessions and hobbies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like almost everybody I know that I've gotten really close to, they've got something in them that kind of drives them to do like comic books or art of some kind or videos or even rabbit aquarium keeping. If I look at like Chattanooga Ed and a lot of
My
our friends.
my friend John, he's weird, man. He's always had some weird obsessive like collecting things, and one of them was Cosmopolitan magazine. He had to have he had to have every cover, and he ended up getting the whole collection.
Really?
And when he got out of Cosmopolitan magazine, he ended up selling the collection for like $40,000.
So he was collecting whole magazines.
Yeah, the whole magazine. He just this person, Kate Moss or something on there, like, and
Wow.
he
I
ended up
remember
selling
those
on.
from when my mom used to read them, so I remember having them when I was a kid.
Yeah. So this my friend John. He's like a coach and everything, and he's like he just liked it for some reason. I don't know what got him obsessed about that.
That's
And then
such
later,
a strange random title to be like
yeah.
really compelled for. I mean, I guess
Well,
that's
later,
cool.
I found out one of my friends. He's this big, hairy, butch guy, right?
Uh,
He collected Hello Kitty.
I
I'm like,
love
what?
the pretty colors.
I thought it was his like wife's or his daughters or something, and he didn't have a daughter, and his wife wasn't into that kind of stuff. He
Was he
just
a
like
brony too?
total. But he just like something about it. Like he goes, that's cool. And then I think he said he started off with like some cards, and they all had. Oh, I want all of them, right? And then all of a sudden he was trying to get. It's like Pokemon, like the obsession of Pokemon. How many times has the
Always thought,
Pokemon obsession? The
yeah.
Pokemon obsession has come and go. Like how many times? And
But yeah, it's still going. I think there's still
yeah,
the card
I
game
was
at
just
least is still. I mean, I still see when I go to the game store, it's all people playing Magic, which has been around since I was in high school, and
right.
Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah, now these machines at the stores, at the grocery stores, people line up trying to get their, and then sometimes the first guy will buy everything in the machine. And now they have a
That's,
limit. It's like, "Ooh, make 2 purchases, and then you have to let the next person go," you know?
can you imagine policing the little machines at the grocery stores and
Yeah,
stuff?
that's what I'm saying. One of my friends is the manager at this grocery store right next to my house, and she has to stay there and make sure that they only get 2 each.
Yeah. Give me 2 packs and some Marlboro Lights.
And these adults are crying. These adults are crying that they can't get more than 2.
Well, they're adults years wise, right?
Yeah, yeah. These old people.
Yeah. I don't know.
But,
I think when we were doing cosplay, like we were real into like the steampunk stuff. I love the artistic part of steampunk. Like I loved making costumes and stuff. Wearing them was a little weird and awkward, and I enjoyed it a bit, but then it just kind of like it just got old really, really super fast. You know what I mean?
I'm still obsessed with looking at steampunk.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
like the art a lot. Like I love the aesthetic a lot.
Well, I
I
love,
feel like
like, at
hanging out
San
with
Diego.
other people that enjoy the aesthetic, I think, is the problem.
I'm here in San Diego, so we got the San Diego Comic-Con, and there's a
Right.
huge steampunk crowd that comes. And,
Yes.
I see these guys, and they're all role playing, it's just like, it's part of, like, the Renaissance fair thing.
I think my
So
favorite joke on that was Key and Peele did one. Do you like Key and Peele?
steampunk? What's
They had the
steampunk?
guy where he's like under the bridge and stuff. And he's got the top hat with the mouse in it and stuff.
Yeah. The
It's the
glasses.
apothecary open.
Let me use my other lens. I love Key and Peele. But, I think we were talking about fish, and we got this
Yeah.
sidetracked again. Steampunk. If you guys didn't know, that art I did with him was a steampunk ram that he showed
Yes.
earlier.
Yeah.
It's a combination of things we both like, rams and steampunk.
Got kind of a little jetpack on.
Little jetpack, that makes him go faster. Yeah, he's a fast one,
It's a fast ram.
and he uses diesel fuel.
No one's gonna call him Little Ram anymore. I'm
Yeah,
no mini
right.
meticulous. I've got a horn.
Dodge Ram now. He's ram
Ram
tough.
tough. Yeah.
You know? Okay, so, uh, fish,
So tell me.
let me well,
Go ahead.
this leads in good because I'm actually creating, collector stuff, collections. I don't know if you know Kyle Glenn, are you familiar with him? So
I
he's
don't
been
know.
doing those fish room punk cards. I'm sure you've seen some people that have those.
Uh-uh.
So he has a
I'm out of the.
creates
I am out of the crowds now.
so he creates these collector cards of different people, characters in the fish hobby.
Okay. Okay.
And so there's a lot of famous people like I think Chattanooga Ed's gonna get one.
Oh, that's
Um
cool.
I have one. It doesn't really look kind of looks like me, I guess, but it's like the prompt he used to create that one had me when I had a mustache, and I rarely have a mustache.
The Chat GPT prompt. Is
Yeah, I
that
was
what
a
you're
chat
talking about?
GPT. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that too.
And so he's got the cards, the collector cards that you can purchase, and then sometimes you'll get different people on there. I think they have Grant's got one, I think. Grant and Shelby. Um a lot of the big names in the aquarium hobby have them.
That's
And
cool.
yeah, it was nice to be included in that. So but I really think there's a lot that he's missed out on. So I'm trying to get him to do a lot of other people. And I don't want to do what he's doing. I want to do the actual species, the animals. And so
How do you
and I'm
feel? How do you feel like about the Chat GPT AI art in general?
so I was apprehensive at first. A lot of people were like, "Oh man, that's gonna hurt your business, isn't it?" And I'm like, "Is it though?" And for one, the majority of my clientele that buys originals, they don't want any any, AI generated images, right? And
Right.
AI sucks as far as scientific accuracy, you know?
It's everything it makes is a guess.
Yeah. And I mean, I've seen some get close, but I forgot who it was I was doing it with, but we were prompting sea turtle stuff, right? And none of the sea turtles came out with four flippers. They always came out with like five or eight. And some of them had dragon scales on the back and like horns on their head. And I'm like, what is this? We're just
The
trying to do a
dragon.
sea turtle. Or it's backwards. Like there was literally like, say green, you just do an easy prompt, like green sea turtle eating grass, right? And then it looks like grass, like from a lawn, right? Which a great green sea turtle will never eat because they eat seagrass, right? And
Right.
the green sea turtle had his head twisted, like sideways, you know.
Gonna get that
So
long
yeah, so
grass.
I mean,
It's hard
there's
to
a
eat.
threat for there's a minor threat to take, but I think that I've gained more clients since AI has become popular, and I think it's because some artists became lazy and decided that let's just do AI, so I don't have to paint all this stuff. And so they tried to run with the trends, thinking that it's important to catch up and be hip and be part of. People don't want to pay the kind of money. First of all, you can pay someone that doesn't even know anything about fish, $20 to do an AI thing, right?
I've noticed something else too. And that is a lot of people just out and out hate anything that has to do with AI, like hate every aspect of it, especially the art, but like into everything else too. Uh, I use I use it a lot for work. So I work in IT. I do virtual computers and servers and stuff like that, and so I have to use it. I use it a lot. I
Well,
don't. I don't guess I have to use it. Maybe too extreme, but I use it now. I have access to it. I have a special account, and I use it like all day long. So I've been through the ins and outs. I know how full of beans it can be. I mean, it could go absolutely nuts and just tell you complete lies.
yeah,
Or
look at Google.
yeah,
Google used to be Wikipedia used to be the default,
right.
and but then since AI
Most of the
came
time,
out,
it's because somebody bothered to write something there. Yeah,
yeah, so now it's meta AI, right? And that's the first thing you get, and it's crap. It doesn't even. You ask about a fish, it doesn't even put the scientific name on there, and
hmm
then half of the images are the wrong fish because you
yeah.
know
They've
how
really broken Google at this point with the Google's version of the
yeah,
AI. That Gemini, I
you got to
think, is
skip.
what
So
it.
just FYI, guys, all you fish people out there, what you need to do is go past the meta AI when you Google something. Go past that and look for Wikipedia. Wikipedia is far more accurate because Wikipedia is done by individuals. It's not done by AI.
For now, right?
Well, I
That
think
might be
overall,
something that they stick with. Like I think, like tying back into with what you were saying, there's always going to be people that love real art. They'll appreciate that, and what you're doing very obviously is like I think it's easy to see. Like you've got a particular style, and I think it's easy to see what it is. And like you said, people will buy originals when they could have bought a print, right? So they want that piece of art, and not just some couple of sentences that someone typed in. Now those are great for Facebook profile pictures and goofy stuff like that. Uh, I get to the point where I can never look at if I see any video that looks like really interesting, like oh man, what a perfect moment they captured. I'll always assume it's AI at this point. yeah,
my I'm the
yeah,
Talanzia guy.
Talansi.
I've
But
always
yeah,
been like as a young when I was young, a lot of my friends said you always look animated. Like I was always the that guy, and that was just my natural expressions.
so how long did you? When did you come over? You said you grew up in Japan. or are
Yeah,
you?
I came over as a young kid. So, but
Yeah.
I grew up. I was born in Japan, and then I lived in Guam, and then I've lived in a couple different places over the years.
Were you a military kid?
Yes, my dad was in the Navy.
Yeah.
So, but then I settled in. We settled in California, and pretty much went to school in San Diego my whole life. So,
Well, I'm excited to see you again. I think it's been. Have I? I don't think I've been to some events, but I think I've just kind of missed you. Like we haven't crossed paths again since that ACA 12 years ago. Like
no,
I know
I
I see
think I
you
did.
all the time online,
I
but
did run into you because I have some photos with you. Like I'll try to find those, but I think it
was
was
that
at Aquashella.
Chicago?
Yeah,
Oh,
Aquashella, Chicago. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay. I was so
Yeah.
shell shocked. Like uh, uh, every time I go to Aquashella, I'm like on input overload and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's if you're a fish geek, then it's kind of we don't realize what kind of an opportunity we have with Aquashella a lot of times.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
I think this year I'm going to wade back into the public, and I'd love to hang out with you some and talk to you in person because it's been
yeah,
a
and have
long
some
time.
food. Eat some brisket or something. I'll eat some brisket.
Yeah, I think I'd like to get Holly a booth at one of these things and do our try our hand at selling some prints and cards and stuff. So maybe I can convince her to come out. She's kind of my unofficial ambassador anyway.
Have
She's the
you
nice, friendly one everyone talks to.
have you ever been out to California?
I've been so Regal had an office. The place I work had an office in LA, and I've been to LA about 4 or 5 times, but I could never stay long. And I've never been to San Diego. I'd love to come visit. You got a place for me? Can I go hang out in your futon or something? You're like, no, you can't come.
I mean, do you fart when you sleep? No,
No, but I snore a lot. I got a CPAP that kind of John Hudson has a nightmare story from when we saved some money on a hotel room by staying together one night. I slept on the couch, and I guess it was before I got my CPAP, and apparently I just snored like a dying rhino all night long.
See, I snore, but I don't snore because like it's a normal thing. It's when I'm not sleeping for like 3 days. It's just like when I go into like full on like, okay, I'm finally gonna get, you know,
So
I'm
wiped
finally
out. You're,
out. Yeah, I'm drooling and
well, I snore a lot. I snore a lot. I went and got my CPAP test, and they're like, you stop breathing like every 30 seconds. So just because my nose gets like super clogged, it stays kind of clogged all the time. That's why I'm so nasal. Like I don't get to, I can't breathe out of my nose very well, and I never have been able to. So it causes a real
can you get
problem
one
at
of those
night.
mouth guards or those mouth things that readjust your airway?
But it moves your jaw around and stuff, or
Forward, you
keeps your
move
jaw
your lower jaw
flat.
forward a little bit,
Yeah,
so
I haven't
you look
tried
like
one.
this. You look like Popeye while you're sleeping.
No, I haven't tried one of those yet. I probably
Apparently,
should.
those work really well for snorers,
Yeah, I'll have to give it a shot.
and it
But
doesn't
I
dry
think
out your throat.
we are right at a little over an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Thank you
Okay.
so much for coming in. I'd love to talk to you again sometime if you want. Are you going anywhere? This is going to go out within a week or so. So, are you doing
Okay.
anything important you want
So
to tell people about?
my first my first major aquarium show will not be until May. But I'm doing fishing shows right now, so I'll be doing a Ventura fishing show coming up. I've got Del Mar next week, which no one it's going to be done by the time this comes out. And I'll be doing AGA, American Garters Association in Sacramento. So they're a lot of these shows they're doing these combo shows now, just like what's happening in Lexington, Kentucky, where it's the
Oh, okay.
ACA and the ALA and then the Killifish guys, AKA or whatever. They worked
Right.
out better for everyone because each group gets to introduce their side of the hobby to the other people. and
And they're
you
not
never know.
competing, and they're not competing with each
Yeah,
other for the same weekend, which seems
no,
to happen a lot.
they don't compete with each other at all. Maybe for sales a little bit, but not, because there's only a certain amount of money people are going to bring, right?
Well,
But
there's like a finite amount of Saturdays in a year to do something, and it seems like when we tried to have a convention here, but every time they tried to plan the weekend, there was some other event that they were
yeah,
like
that
somewhere within 300 miles that they thought would draw people away from it.
I mean, the country's big enough, I think, where if they're not too close to each other, it's okay. But like we
But
have,
that seems like an advantage to merging all the clubs and stuff together. They're not competing for that one Saturday that's perfect. They all could just join in and do one group thing together, and they merge their
yeah,
crowds like they do.
I help out my friend Rami that does Reptile Super Show, which is the biggest animal show in the country, right? And
Right.
we've taken in almost 40,000 people in one show. And but we have two shows um opposite 6 months apart. Yeah, the January we have a show in Anaheim, and then we have a show in Pomona, which is an hour away from each other. It's a little over an hour. But that's still in the city of LA. LA has 5 million people, right?
Right.
The
Yeah.
the region, including San Diego, has 14 million people. So
I
I
think
mean,
California overall has more people than Canada.
yeah, twice as many as Canada that we know of, and then there's a lot of people that aren't on the books.
Just around.
They're just hanging around. If you can just get a fragment of that to attend your show, you can get a lot of people. And the most we had was like 38,400, so approaching
Wow.
40,000. And we're talking about a show that covers over 5 acres. You know, both locations. The Anaheim location is one of the biggest indoor locations you'll see, and that's right next to Disneyland, so people can, oh, let's go to that show,
Oh,
and then we'll go to Disneyland afterward.
that would be neat.
Yep, and then the Pomona show is in the big fairgrounds. So this coming weekend, I have a fishing show in Del Mar, which is our fairground, San Diego Fairgrounds, and there's a lot of crossover with aquarium. A lot of fishing people have aquariums too. Almost
Yeah.
all of them have peacock bass. So that's a fish that transcends both
Hobbies.
hobbies. Mhm.
Are they fun to keep?
Oh yeah, I mean they're a blast because they'll eat out of your hand, just smash the food out of your hands, and then let's see. So AGA is going to be fun. That's also a combo show. That's the Sacramento Aquarium Society with the Aquatic Gardeners Association.
Oh yeah, I bet that is good.
Mhm. Then I have a show in Ventura, which is a outdoors and fishing show. Um, then of course I got out your way. I got Lexington, Kentucky.
When is that?
I don't know.
I'll look it up. I'll look it
I'm,
up,
I'm
and
usually
maybe
like,
we'll
oh
try to
shoot,
meet
that's in
up
a
there.
couple days. I better get ready. I
I don't think it's too soon because I
think
usually
it's in
I'll hear
July.
a little bit of a blurb about it on the. I'll see it.
Yeah,
People
I'm
talking
pretty
about on
sure it's
Facebook.
July. So
That's plenty of time. I maybe make it to that. And if you feel like
yeah,
coming down, you're always welcome for a tour around my place. I don't have that many aquariums, but they're pretty interesting. The ones I have.
awesome. And then
Thank you so much, Sam, for hanging out with us today. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here, but I really appreciate your time. Stick around. We'll sit around and talk for a little bit longer. And folks, until next time, follow your bliss, keep a clean tank. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.
take care,
All of
guys.
Sam's
Thanks.
information, yeah, all of Sam's information is down below, so check it out.